Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brian H. Waters, Fox Sports 1340. Today, I have Baltimore's own Malik Diggs. Malik is a graduate of Perry Hall High School, where he was the Defensive Lineman of the Year, and now he's going to take his talents to Shepherd University. We're going to sit down and discuss his journey to Shepherd University and what he plans to do while he's there and after college. Malik, Shepherd University. You ready?
I'm excited. Yes, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So, what made you choose Shepherd?
Well, Shepherd was a school. They were the school that I had to really have to work hard to get into. I went on a couple visits. I enjoyed the program. I liked how the school looked. It's not too far from home. It's like a 90-minute drive. One thing I really liked about Shepherd is they have my program. A lot of schools don't have my program. And they're one of the best schools in basically the entire D2 sports and football. Also, they just won a national championship, even though that's not one of the things that really brought me there. It's just the academics as in its entirety.
You talk about the academics. Can you tell us, what are you planning to major in?
I'm planning to major in sports communications and journalism.
What is it about journalism that you like?
One of my favorite things to watch, or maybe on TV, is First Take. Everybody knows, with Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, the hottest debates in sports topics currently. I've always been a fan of Stephen A.'s. He's very articulate and very outspoken, which I really like about him. It's very fascinating to me, which is why I chose that to be my major.
Let's talk about your game on the field. In high school, you played both offense and defensive line, sometimes back to back. Will you be doing that in college?
Now they have everybody's position filled, but I'll just be playing on one side of the ball. So basically, just defensive line.
You prefer defense over offense?
Yes, I do. Offense wins games, defense wins championships, and I'm ready for a championship.
So, but you did great on the offensive line. One of my favorite plays watching was the Milford Mill game. You just laid out somebody.
Yeah, I remember that one.
How did that feel?
I mean, it felt good, but it's just something about being on that defensive side. I mean, I just watch sports currently. Like, one of my favorite players that I've said in past times is Aaron Donald. I just like, the competition that comes with being a defensive lineman, getting past the offensive lineman, getting into the backfield to hit the running back or the quarterback, making a game-winning defensive stop or sack, batting the ball down, catching a pick off a screen. I just really enjoy defense, everything that comes with it.
You love the glory.
I wouldn't say that, but I enjoy it.
It's
it
okay.
much.
I know you humble.
Yeah.
Now, when you on defense in high school, you went out there. A lot of times you had 2, 3, 4 guys on you at one time. Tell me, how does that make you feel when you have all these men trying to stop you from doing what you do best, and that's get to the quarterback? How does that make you feel? Does it do something to you mentally? Say, yeah, I'm that good, or is it frustrating?
It makes you feel like, yeah, I'm that good for you to have to focus your attention on me. I mean, if for 5 guys to take to put all their blocking assignments on me, it just proves that I'm a force to be reckoned with. I mean, it like my high school game. I'm pretty sure you remember it, against Delaney Lions. I was in the backfield constantly. So I think the coach, he probably had to strategize to stop me. So the entire line just put their focus on me. And I was like, man, I mean, I can't do nothing. So it was crazy. I just felt like nobody could stop me. Nobody could block me. I'm unblockable. It just comes with it. That's just in my mindset, in my mental. It's just nobody can block me.
All right. So now you're going to a different city, a different state. In Baltimore, in Maryland, you were known. People knew when they went to Perry Hall, watch out for Malik Diggs. Now you're going into the unknown. How are you going to make your mark? And are you ready to make your mark? Have you thought about that? That maybe people might not. Are you ready to make people fear the unexpected?
Nobody knows what the unexpected, so of course they're gonna fear it. Nobody knows me like that in West Virginia and Shepherd, so of course I'm ready to make my mark. In high school, from my 9th grade year, I didn't have a lot of playing time. 10th grade, it was a lot more. 11th grade, I got pushed to the side. 12th grade, it was all right, but I feel like I didn't get the recognition I deserved. So my freshman year, it's all about, being a monster. You got to come out and showing everybody that I'm a freshman, but I'm willing to take a senior spot. I'm ready to do it. I'm trying to get in the mix. I mean, I'm not backing down for nobody, no matter how big or how strong you may be. I'm just as big, just as strong as you. That's how I feel about it. So I'm ready for it.
So you letting them know you're a grown man.
I'm a grown man. Simple and plain.
You talk about you didn't get a lot of time. Some would say the coaches didn't know what they were doing. Some would say that he didn't give you, or they, per se, didn't give you the recognition you deserve. How is that going to motivate you when you go to Shepherd?
Well, I take it all as, we're not getting the recognition I deserve. It kind of goes how Michael Jordan was, and when he was in high school, he got cut by his JV coach. So he used that as his fuel. I consider myself, with that chip on my shoulder, I just use it, I'll give you the perfect example. Bobby Boucher, everybody knows, the water boy. He had his tackling fuel. That's just my, my fire to my fuel, not getting the recognition I deserve. I'm like, man, why am I on a bench right now and the defense is out? I mean, I'm good. I know I can do this. You don't have to put me on offense just because you think they may score, playing both sides of the ball. it's just frustrating because I felt like, I'm one of the best linemen on the field, on the team, and why I should be on the field at all times, regardless. I may get tired, they may take me out, but one sip and I'm back in, But you know what? I feel good about, what I'm going to be going to in Shepherd. I feel like they're going to treat me right. I feel like I'm going to be much, much more recognized as somebody to be reckoned with, just somebody to be, I'll be a force with.
Now, going in as a freshman, you understand there are going to be a lot of other freshmen that feel the same way you do. Coming from all over the country, that's going to feel that, hey, I've been great. I dominated my city. Now, how are you going to separate yourself to prove to them that not only did you dominate your city, that you're ready to dominate there? Because a lot of times what happens is people feel that, hey, you know what? I'm a freshman. I was great here. Now I'm in college. I should be given a spot. How are you going to show them that you're ready to earn your spot?
I had to earn my spot throughout my entire high school career. It wasn't given. I did everything I needed to do, from the camps, the training camp in high school. It's just that it's just a ferocity I have inside that nobody can take away from me, man. Like, no matter what they throw at me, no matter what the coaches may throw at you, like conditioning, the drills, nothing. Everybody's different, but my city, I represent my city, and what we have, on the rise. Everybody knows where Baltimore from, the violence and stuff like that. But you have to overcome that, and one of the guys, it's very important that you. It's very important that you, be positive, be very positive in what you do. And, I'm very positive in everything I do, from the drills. I don't want to slack off. I just want to make sure I'm doing everything I need to do. But no matter what, them guys may be trying to come and, get their spot. But I already know it's my spot, and I'm taking it.
Now you're going to college. It's no more mom and dad. No more of them telling you, Malik, get up, do your homework. Malik, don't come in, be in the house by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. How are you going to stay focused?
I was raised well enough to know what I needed to do. My mom and dad, they raised me well. I come from a very peaceful upbringing. And, I'm very proud of that, because it makes me feel good. It makes me know that no matter what, no matter who's around me, that I always have that voice in my head, like, Malik, don't do that. Malik, just be smart. Be smart. Do what you got to do. being a student athlete, you have to focus on the books. You have to be able to make good decisions. So that's my whole thing, just for making good decisions and making good choices.
Now, let's talk about post-college, post-NFL, should you decide to go that route. You talk about communications. You talk about being a sports analyst, being a sports journalist. How would you, now, what are you, in the way the media is changing, how are you going to set yourself apart to show, while you're in school, how are you going to balance between being a student journalist and a student athlete?
Basically, you know, being a student journalist, you want to be where the action is. Well, I'm right there in the mix. I mean, you know, playing, you know, being on the field, you know, with the crowd and all that. You know, I'm getting the very personal gist of it. I mean, it's gonna take some getting used to, but I think I'm gonna be able to manage well. You know, it's very difficult in college, but I think I'll be all right.
Did you take journalism classes at Perry Hall?
Yeah, I took a couple of them. I mean, my junior year, I took journalism. I had a great teacher. She taught me well. If you don't mind, I would like to, you know, give her a shout out. Her name is Miss Habtemariam. If a lot of people don't know, she was a very nice lady. She helped me out, and I appreciate her very much for helping me out in journalism. It taught me, you know, how to, you know, what I needed to do if I'm making a short story, anything that's dealing with, you know, cameras, like angles, all that type of things, you know. I appreciate it very much.
So you went the whole 9.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself. I had a very good time.
They teach you how to edit video?
A little bit, but I think that's more for, I think I'm going to learn that in college. I'm going to get better at that in college.
So you make your own highlight reels?
I'll leave that to Huddle.
So now, you know, let's talk about getting back to the field. All right. You get drafted. Let's say let's create a scenario here. You get selected by any NFL team. Where does Malik Diggs want to go?
I think I'll be a hometown hero.
Hometown hero?
Yeah, that's Baltimore Ravens. I would love to play for them. That would be a dream to come true. I wouldn't have to go like so far, but I know in my heart, you know, I've known Maryland, just Baltimore period. I love it. Like I love my city.
Love your city. All right, let me ask you this. Malik Diggs gets signed by the Baltimore Ravens. What does he do with his first paycheck?
I was brought up to, you know, to make sure that you have to pay your tithes in church. So, you know, without God, none of this would be possible. I have to make sure that, you know, I'm giving back and doing what I need to do. I'm not the type of person that'll go out and maybe get drunk or nothing like that. I want to just make sure I'm doing everything I need to do. I just want to be smart with everything I do.
Well, we know you're going to be smart. We know you're going to pay your tithes. But what do you do? Do you buy yourself something nice? Do you buy your parents a new house? Do you buy your brothers, you know, do you pay off their tuition or student loans? What do you do?
I think the first thing I would do, my first paycheck, I might buy me like a Rolex or something.
A Rolex?
I've always been fascinated by, like, you know, you see a lot of the guys, they get the chains, the gold teeth. I want something classic. Mm-hmm. Something nice. Maybe a little diamond here or there, you know.
All right. So now we're going to play a name association game.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm going to name, you know, obviously a huge sports fan. So I'll name some athletes. You know, you come up in a generation different from what, you know, I do. So I'll name more catered to your generation. Joe Flacco. I'll name him. You give me your thoughts on him. Joe Flacco.
Elite.
Love it. Ray Rice.
Sad.
Aaron Rodgers.
The best.
Peyton Manning.
Classic.
Tom Brady.
Diva.
Richard Sherman.
You mad, bro?
Timmy Jernigan.
Oh, man, Timmy Jernigan. Beast in the making.
Jameis Winston.
I just got to go with Seminoles, just Seminoles.
I'll give you one more. Jalen Ramsey.
Up next.
LeBron James?
Better than Jordan.
Stephen Curry?
Stephen Curry. I might have to give Stephen Curry another legend in the making.
Kevin Durant?
Villain now. The villain.
Oh, he's a villain. And Russell Westbrook.
Young MJ.
Young MJ. All right. Who's the greatest football player?
The greatest football player,
in your opinion?
In my opinion, an overall athlete, I would probably say the best football player probably was Deion Sanders.
And who's your favorite that you've seen in your lifetime? Because I know you watched a lot of film. I know you have an intelligence unlike many other 17 and 18-year-olds. So I have to say who you've seen in your lifetime in their prime. Who's the greatest you ever seen?
The greatest I've ever seen. Does it matter like the age of these playing now or playing back then?
Yeah, back then or now that you've seen in their prime. Because I mean, obviously, I don't think you remember Deion in his prime.
But from what I hear, he was very talented. I mean, I'm just go with my guy. I'm sticking with him. I'm gonna say Aaron Donald. I'll stick with him.
Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
All right.
I think he's better than J.J. Watt.
Whoa! Well, the NFL season's coming if they can get the turf right. So. But any shout outs you want to give?
I want to give a shout out to my main man Brody from Personal Best. He helped me out with this. It was a struggle to get it here, but I'm glad I got it.
That's awesome. Anyone else?
I want to give a shout out to my mother and father for always, being there. They're going to be there. They've been here for 18 years. They're going to be there for forever.
Anything else?
My brothers, Martez, Brett.
It's your time.
I want to give a shout out to a couple of my teammates. I give a shout out to my friend Jawan Manigo, Reese Wiseman, Jordan Garrett, Sebastian Lucas, Davon Williams. And also, I would like to give a shout out to my high school coach, Coach Keith Robinson. It was a lot of times where, I felt a little bit doubted by him. I mean, you should never feel like that by your own high school coach. There's no disrespect to him. It's just how I felt. But I just want to tell him, I just want to say thank you, Coach, for everything, for the doubt, for maybe sometimes the smart remarks. But, I really appreciate, you been, helping me out to get where I'm at today. It just made me a better football player and a better person and a better man.
And anywhere you want to tell people where they can find you? I mean, you're in the day of social media. A lot of people, when they were going to college, their fans wasn't able to keep up with them on a personal level. They had to go through the internet. But now, you're coming up with the days of Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. They got Instagram stories now. Anywhere you want people to follow you, or you want to be a mystery?
You can follow me on Twitter at _MDiggs1. I have the same tag for Instagram _MDiggs1. And you can follow me on Facebook. Just type in Malik Diggs and I'll pop up. So
now, is that going to change by the time this airs? Because your highlight reel says 777 or something.
Oh man, that was just one of my phases of high school, man. Everybody got theirs. So I think this might stick. I may just change my name back to my name. I mean, how that goes, you gotta be more professional.
Well, they better follow you now so they can keep up, or else.
Yeah, don't get lost. I'm steaming ahead.
Well, Malik, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of you. I watched you. It was a year ago. You was out there playing football. And looking to lead Perry Hall to the championship. Just by some crazy rule, y'all didn't go to the playoffs. But what that did, that let you get out there and get yourself together and focus on you. And you did it in a selfish way. You wanted to focus on the team first. But then, you focused on you and you stayed on the right path, man. And you don't have too many 17, 18-year-olds that does that. So, I'm proud of you, man. You get ready to go to college. And I know you're going to do right, because you're going to hear Pop's voice in the back of your head. Malik, don't you do that. Malik, you better stop. So, man, I'm proud of you, man.
Right, I appreciate it. Thank you, Brian.
No problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll conclude this edition of Fox Sports 1340. I'm Brian H. Waters. As you know, Malik Diggs is coming, so make sure you follow his journey on the social media tabs that he provided you with. And if you wasn't listening, it's right there. So long, everybody.